you know, heart problems, just make sure that you get to your doctor, and let's see what happens. Now, Judith, you just launched the Alliance of Hope for Lupus here in Ghana. What are you going to be doing?
Well, I've done a lot so far in this short period of time. I've been here about 2 weeks. I've been on radio, you know, talking about lupus. People have called in. I've met patients with lupus. One lady at Kolibu, and she's pregnant. And I'm advising her about the medications, because the side effects sometimes could be cause deformities in babies. The medications are very deadly. Like I told you, besides, I stopped taking steroids because after years of being on it, I lost density in my bones. So it also got to a point where I developed avascular necrosis, where my hips collapsed and I need surgery. All this from taking the steroids. So, you know, I always tell the patients in my advocacy that you know your body. Yes, the doctor is telling you take this and that, but you also have to research and read and know what's good for you. Don't take it because they tell you just to take it. Ask why. Ask for alternatives. So that's what the Alliance of Hope is going to be about. And in the process of meeting these patients and talking to the doctors, I met one doctor, Dr. Daly. He's a skin doctor, because it takes special doctors to treat lupus. Rheumatologists, nephritis.
Dr. Daly, you're talking about Dr. Edmond Daly?
Okay. Is it the one by Koala, Roberto Clinic?
He's the one?
Yeah. You know, he always talk about the skin, how important, and you know, he knows about lupus and he knows how devastating it is, and he gave me examples of young ladies that have come that their husbands have left them because the manifestations started appearing on their skin, and you know, they didn't want to deal with the disease, because sometimes when you're sick, it's not the treatment or the disease that kill you, it's your appearance and how people deal with you.
But Judith, your advocacy, I presume that you would have preferred to, you know, relax, have some time for yourself, but your advocacy, you may be wearing yourself out. For all this period that you have lived with the disease, how do you feel? Do you feel stronger? Do you...
Every day I wake up is not an easy day, but I believe that you must have faith and don't always look at your circumstances. Channel your vision to positive things. I had my ups and downs, but I had this one period where I was going through treatment and I didn't want to be on treatment anymore, because I told you I didn't like how it made me feel. And I met this young girl. She was dying of cancer. Her name was Teresa. She was next door. They kept us all on the same ward because our immune system is low. And one day, you know, she became a friend. You know, we'll play around, put her on the IV stand, push her around and things. We became friends, and she let me know that my imagination can take me out of every situation. One morning she woke up, she asked me to get a mirror and a brush for her. And I was like, what are you gonna do with this? You're bald. And she goes, don't you see all this beautiful hair I have? Right there it clicked in my mind that your imagination can take you very far. It can take you out of your situation. So no matter how much pain I'm in or how fatigued I'm in, I still strive for it. My doctors didn't think I would make it this far, let alone to finish graduate college. I have 3 degrees to my name, and they're like, how do you do it? And I think the strength cometh from God. I don't know where else it comes from. But I'm the type of person that just don't want to accept my situation for what it is. I always want to do more. So
what do you tell them? At 16, you were running and you got a few problems and symptoms. You never knew that was what it was. Then eventually you were told that this is what it was. So how does one get the disease?
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know.
What causes it?
They don't know. They don't know why your body just decides to attack itself. They don't know. They've been researching. They don't know. But they do say it's linked to stress. Maybe a trauma. Something happened and things. And when I look back, I wonder if the death of my father was it. Remember I was talking about my father. He was a money lender. That's how people knew him more, you know, back then. And maybe it was that, or maybe it was growing pains. I don't know, but it happened to me. That's all I know.
So, Alliance for Hope. Alliance of Hope for Lupus.
Yeah.
Alliance of Hope for Lupus. I need to get that correct once. When you are engaging with the public, when you're engaging with people that you get in contact with, how do you tell them to take care of themselves if they have lupus?
I always tell them to avoid the sun at all costs. Avoid the sun at all costs because it makes you flare. That means flare is a term we use for lupus, whereas in sickle cell is crises. It'll put you into a crisis.
Okay.
You understand? And I always tell them to know their bodies and know their limits. I know my limit. I know when I can't move no more. I know when I've had enough.
Oh, I see.
You understand? Your body talks to you, but you have to open your ears and listen. You understand? So that's how I get by. I always listen to my body. I never let nobody tell me what I should or should. You understand what I'm saying? I'm always like, well, it's not going to happen. Okay. My body's telling me not to, so I'm not going to.
Is it because at a point you feel weak, and so you say, okay, this is it?
Yeah, this isn't. Know your limits. Know your limits. Eat right, because a lot of these drugs, side effects are dangerous. These steroids cause high blood pressure, you know, it causes cholesterol levels to be high, you know.
See, the very dangerous thing about it is that you don't know how you get it.
Yeah.
That's quite, you know, something.
And they don't know, and they've been doing research for God knows how long, but still there's no answer. There's no answer. But the symptoms are there. Like I say, the sensitivity to the light, the fevers, everybody's different.
So what should we expect as Ghanaians? What is it that Alliance of Hope for Lupus, what should we expect from this very nice idea?
The education, the awareness, and the aid, because poverty and disease go hand in hand. There are going to be the few that can go to the doctor and get a diagnosis and get medication. They're going to be the ones that have been neglected, cast away, because we don't have the money. It's witchcraft.
And you're doing this campaign single-handedly?
Yeah.
That's not easy.
It's not. But I always say, I always channel my vision, and don't look at the situation, because when you see me walk, you'll see that I'm unbalanced. That's from the collapsing of my hip and me needing surgery, but I can't get it because my immune system is too low. It's a major surgery. I won't be able to heal. I like to think positive. P&I, psychoneuroimmunology, mind, body, soul, and spirit. When your mind is right, everything falls into place.
I see.
Thinking positive. So that's how I go about everything.